Hey super duper friends, today is day 18 and I'm super excited to be here. Today I want to talk to you about what questions to ask during a call. So, what I like to call the spin model, and we're going to go into that in just a few seconds. Before we do that, I want to recap what we talked about in the previous video. In the previous video, you learned exactly how to open a call to get people excited, engaged, enthusiastic in your product. And now we're in the transition from the opening into what questions to ask. And I want to use a model called SPIN, what I call SPIN, the SPIN model. So what is the SPIN model, and why is it important to use the SPIN model? So SPIN stands for situation, problem, implication, need-based. So here's what most people do. What most people do is they ask questions that go absolutely nowhere, that don't go into deep and connect with them on a deeper level with the person you're talking to, the person your prospects and your students and your clients. They don't go deep enough. And what happens if they don't go deep enough, the people who are interested in your product don't see the value of your product because it doesn't connect with them, doesn't understand their problem. Now, so here's I'm going to tell you a story. In a past couple of months ago, I was talking to one of my students, and I started asking them questions. This is where I realized how powerful this model really is. And why is it that research shows that about 67% of closes happens if you use need-based payoff questions, not situation questions. And we're going to talk about what need-based payoff questions are. Okay, so a couple of months ago, I was talking to a student of mine, and I started asking her questions. First of all, I asked the right to ask questions, and she said, yeah, of course, no problem, Sandra, you can ask me questions. Okay, so then I asked her, what's kind of the problem or challenge with your business? So you start with that. You start with the problem or challenge with their business. And then we found out, I asked her 5 whys. That's where the need based. The most important question is to ask why. And keep asking why. So I started asking her, why do you want to start a business? Well, she said, or why do you want to have this business that you're doing? Well, I want to, she said, I've been working in the job for a long time. I worked in the corporate world, and recently she told me her whole family story. She told me her whole family history. She was opening up, and the conversation turned from I have a product, buy my product, to people have real problems, and they don't even know those problems exist until they themselves talk about it. So this is an important point in every single sales call, is that if you're talking more than you're listening, you're not doing it right. If you're talking more than you're listening, you're not doing it right. In order for people to open up, to communicate, to open up and let it out what actually is at the core fundamentals. And let me tell you, it's not I'm not making enough clients. That's what they're going to tell you in the beginning. But there's something much deeper, and your job is to find out what's deeper. So, for example, somebody comes to you and says, I want to lose weight, right? There's a deeper core, and if you ask them why they want to lose weight, you're going to find out, okay, well, why do you want to lose the weight? And they're going to say something like, because I was always, 15 or 20 pounds overweight, and I never had people responded to me differently. I wasn't part of the social group, and so that's and then the next question you ask is, well, why do you want to be a part of a social group? And they say, well, because I want people to love me. Well, why do you want people to love me? Oh, because my parents, for example, never loved me, or something. They can say something crazy like that. If they say something crazy like that, you've actually solved their problem, and get them to say their problem, and they themselves need to expand their problem. And then here's what's going to happen. The conversation becomes not you're pushing, they actually want you to get your product. So the benefit to you is that once you're having this conversation with a person, what's important for you, why is it important, why is this, what does this will do for you, how will that make you feel? If you ask those types of questions in those types of order, what happens is that they they're going to say, yeah, I want whatever you're offering me, I want in. And you keep asking, you keep digging, why. You want to ask at least 5 whys during the call. So, what's important for your business? Oh, I want to get more clients. And then you ask, okay, well, this is how the spin model works. You start with the problem, and then you expand the problem, and then you don't tell them the problem, they tell you the problem. And then what happens is it's not even a sales call anymore, it's a conversation. And what happens during this conversation, you're just asking questions and they're telling you exactly what it is at the subconscious level. It's what I like to call unblocking their subconscious. And this could be very powerful. Some people can cry on the phone with you, some people can laugh, some people are going to reveal things to you that you're going to be surprised. So here's how it works. So you start with the problem. You ask them, what's the problem or challenge you're having with your business, or starting an online business, or whatever product you're offering. Then you ask them, why is this important for you? They tell you. Then you ask, well, why is that important for you? They tell you. And why is that important? And then the next question is, what will that do for your life? Okay, they said X, Y, and Z. You say, why is X, Y, and Z important for you? Okay, and then after that, so that's already 3 whys and a what. And then you ask them, well, how would that make you feel if you understand that they're a feeler, and we could talk about in the next video. So how does that make you feel once you achieve that? Then you could say, okay, well, why is that important for you? And you keep asking why. Ask at least 5 whys. If you ask at least 5 whys, you'll start hearing answers at a much deeper level, and the conversation will turn into a more open understanding, and then they're going to want whatever you're going to be offering them. So it's been day 18. Super excited for day 19. Take care and have a great day.